Right, we're in YouTube. All right, so we got like this book that we're looking at. Some of you guys might remember this book called GoPro, and now the author of that book has come out with another book, and we're going to kind of go into that book a little bit today. So now the new book is called Pro Code, and it's some of the things that we're going to be looking at. He's basically gone into network marketing. He's an expert at getting people to take their business to the next level. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit. Eric Worre, the last name is spelled Worre, and so his latest book, like I said, is called Pro Code, and we're going to talk about that. Great information. I've already signed up for the book. The book's coming, but once you sign up for the book, you get access to different things. Like you can download, like for instance, there's one chapter 2. Basically, we're going to look at chapter 2, how people get it wrong. Chapter 13, Pro Code 9, Success Loves Speed. So these are basically things that you get when you buy the book, and you get the his last book, which is Go Pro, 7 Steps to becoming a network marketing professional. You get the Audible portion of that when you sign up for this book. And like I said, you get all these different Pro Code resource stuff that you can download, and you can watch a couple of his videos with that. So we're going to look at that a little bit.
Can I add something, Michael? Because
Absolutely. Go ahead, Jen.
Connie jumped in and called me today, and she said it's not out yet, so you can't order it. So she wasn't really wanting to share it yet, but she's excited, and she shared it with you, and you obviously have read it right away. You're amazing. So what she said is to tell people they can't order it yet, but that it will be available soon. Okay, so talking about it, they won't be able to jump in and get it just yet.
Okay, good to know.
Okay. Yeah.
And so yeah, we got a special deal where we're able to access it early, and then but I'll still play some of the a couple of videos, and we can discuss some of the information that he's putting out. So that'll be good for us. Now, as far as like the latest compensation plan, there's an upgrade to it, which is going to allow more people to advance quicker and get the benefits of advancing. And we're going to look at that a little bit. Let me pull that up right now because I have it ready. So I'm going to share the screen. We'll talk about that a little bit. All right, so it's all blocked off. Let me see if I can get there we go. All right, so you see here, this is the new compensation plan that they're coming out on top of the one that's just recent 2.0 is coming out. Now they got a 2.0 addendum, if you will. And as you can see, the personal volume that you need, this is the one that's current, the 110. They're going to drop that down to like 75. That's like, you get a I don't know, maybe an Eon patch, sleeve. I think that's probably about 75. If you get I think the Eon patch and the 39, that's 110. So if you're getting the 39, which obviously you should be at least on that, I think that's probably going to be 75 personal volume. So that's where they're letting it be easier for people to come in and start to get that personal volume they need to advance in rank. So they're lowering the requirements for that. As you see, the QDV, the qualified downline volume, is going to remain the same across the board. So you get a break on the personal volume that you need. Now, as you start to get retail customers and so forth, your personal volume is gonna bump up. So it might be a lot easier for you as you move up. And we'll talk about how many people usually, get people to, sign on. It's not a lot, right? So percentage wise, but we'll talk about that and we'll, get a little discovery on that. Now, as you see over here, the volume legs, this is huge. Instead of, like three-star manager, you had to have one at 1,000. You no longer need that. That bumps up to one-star director. And it used to be in one-star director, you needed two 1,000 and two 2,000 and two 3,000 for a three-star director. That's all dropping down to just one. And you'll also know that the binary balancing all the way through three-star manager, you don't need that until you start going into one-star director. All right. So these are excellent. That helps you. I guess it was the same actually. So these are better. It helps you one-star director. As you see, it drops down to 500. So that's a little bit of a help to get you into the director, status range. And then, moving up, once you hit the one-star executive, everything remains the same. So definitely a little bit of a break. That'll help a lot of you guys move up a lot easier. And you still get the benefits of when you move up, all the extra, percentages that you get when you normally move up in rank, that remains the same. So bonuses, everything remains the same. It's just easier for you to advance, right? So, anyone have anything to add or they want to discuss before I start sharing some of these videos, Jen?
I might give people some hope. I just went from manager to two-star director because of that change. So that means all of you might have that same thing happen, and I'm not embarrassed to share it. So there you go.
Yeah. So, did you have anybody buy a water machine?
Shh.
No.
I've tried. I'm trying with everybody.
Okay. All
They
right.
keep
So,
coming to
yeah.
my house for the water.
Instead of buying their own, they come to your house. That's funny. So eventually they'll get their own, but that's going to bump when you do the water machine. It'll bump you up pretty significantly, all the way up to three-star manager. And then there's benefits with it. Currently you get a little bit of benefits that I guess we can't discuss, but there are benefits for getting it, and it's a little bit of cutting in cost, if I could slide that in there. So there are benefits that are going on right now, but that's spread out over like a 5-week period. So you get a little bit of a benefit over time. So we know that there are groups out there that are constantly trying to take down LifeWave in different ways, and so our community has to be very careful, what we put out. And that's why sometimes you'll hear me talk around stuff, but it is definitely very, very easy to use the water. We know that water machine is one of the great benefits that has come along in our community. We've talked about it since I've been in LifeWave, and it's finally come out, and now it's a lot of people are experiencing it. So I think that soon, and I don't know what soon is, but soon, weeks, months. I don't think it's going to be months, but hopefully within next few weeks or whatever, should start to be available for the the, our customers and so forth, preferred customers and preferred customer plus. I think that's the next stage because it's available fully for brand partners now. And if you're not a brand partner, $25 to become a brand partner, then you get a lower price and you get all the benefits, for being a brand partner. So very easy to come in and get that water machine now. But we recommend that you do X39 long term and the Celergize. Celergize and X39 has been beneficial for most of us. And I think everyone that tries it long term has benefits. And we've talked about that on almost all of our shows over the last several months, of how those people that stay on the X39 get long-term benefits. All right. So long-term meaning as longer you stay on it, the more benefits you get. So that's great. Patty is coming in. So there we go.
Oh,
All right, Jen, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't mean, well, okay. I do have something I can add. Connie said to tell everybody about, and she's hopefully going to come on at the end anyway. She's in the middle of something, but she said there's a double launch bonus for the new brand partners. So anybody that signs up a new brand partner for 9 weeks, not just 5. We were thinking it was 5 weeks. And Lynn, it's the same amount of money each week, although we're not going to talk about it here. But they can have, and if they look it up, you can see the bonus that you get for 9 weeks. It's a double launch business bonus. And they will include your customers and brand partners' purchases in that. So Connie will explain it more thoroughly, but I want everybody to know about that because these are exciting times. And in the back of, in the LifeWave back office, you can pull up a lot of these stuff, the information. Okay, that was it.
Okay, very good. And so let me pull up this one. We'll share the screen one more time, and we're going to look at the GoPro and some of the information that's on that. It's very. I just started exploring it. It's very interesting, very good stuff, and I'm very excited about it. So I'm very excited for you guys to eventually be able to actually, get to play with this. All right, so, it's under that. There we go. Grab it and pull it over here. So there is, once you've ordered, or once the book is ordered, you get you get an email, and the email is basically your pro code resource center. And then it gives you a link to access the resource center, and it brings you into this page, right? So you got a dashboard, and now this is telling you what you're going to have access to. You can't click on it and get anything, but you can go over to the books. It'll load the books, and like I said, the GoPro, which I have on audio, is available to you when you get the new book. So let's go in here. There was one spot in here that I wanted to come to. It's about I think at the 33-minute mark. So let me jump to that.
Network Marketing Pro is proud to present the national bestseller, GoPro.
Industry, it's a profession. If you do it right, it's truly a career choice. It can take you out of working in a job that doesn't make you happy to a place of total freedom. That's why I call my website networkmarketingpro.com. Here's what I tell people every day. Ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional, that you decide to go pro, because it is a stone-cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. When the site launched on March 11, 2009, very few people called themselves network marketing professionals. That's no longer the case. Millions of people have changed the way they think about our business, and I'm proud of that fact. I look forward to the day when it's common for people to hear, I'm a doctor, but I'm also a network marketing professional. I work in construction, but I'm also a network marketing professional. I'm an athlete, but I'm also a network marketing professional. The more people hear those words, the more the world will be ready for a better way. Chapter 3. Like any profession, you'll need to learn some skills. I hope by now I've been successful at convincing you that network marketing is a better way. I hope I've also gotten the point across, if you're going to be involved, it's best to become a professional. The next step is recognizing that you'll need to learn some skills. But before we get to those skills, let me give you some good news. Unlike most professions, you're not going to need a lot of money for your education. You won't have to take out student loans, and you can actually earn while you're learning. In addition, this profession isn't biased. In fact, it's the most equal opportunity in the world. Your background, experience, contacts, age, race, or gender aren't going to be factors in your ability to learn the skills to go pro. And finally, this isn't complicated. The skills necessary to grow a large and successful business are extremely learnable, and you're going to have a surprising number of people financially motivated to help you learn them. There are three primary elements to your network marketing business. First, you have the company's products. If some people are successful in marketing those products and you're not, it isn't the product's fault. In other words, everyone in your company has the same products to offer to the public. Second, you have the company's compensation plan. If some people are making a lot of money and you're not, it isn't the compensation plan's fault. There isn't one plan for men and one for women. There isn't one plan for different age groups or educational backgrounds or for the color of your skin. The compensation plan is the same for everyone. The third element is the most important, and that element is you. You are really the only variable. Everyone has the same product and the same compensation plan, but you're going to be the difference between success and failure. That means right here and right now, you need to take responsibility for your network marketing business. Decide today never to blame anyone or anything else for your lack of results. In fact, in network marketing, there's something of an epidemic going on. People just love to blame their upline, the people above them in the structure, for all of their problems. If my upline did this for me or did that for me, everything would be better. If you're committed to building a large and successful organization, I'd encourage you to do something important. I'd like you to say goodbye to your upline. Call them up and say something like, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it. Getting into business for myself was important, and I appreciate you introducing me to a company that you believe in and that I now believe in as well. But from now on, when it comes to building my business, I'm going to use you as a resource, but never as an excuse. I may call on you from time to time. If you're available, that's great. If you're not, that's okay too.
All right. So I think that most of you understand that concept. I don't think that anyone here or anyone listening, if you're, haven't joined us yet, we're very welcoming. And, this is one of the best business opportunities that I've ever seen. I've seen a lot. This is one of my dreams when I was a little boy, that I would build this amazing business that would be able to help a lot of people. And I could easily share it. So here we are. This is a network marketing type of business. If you learn the simple skills like Eric Worre is talking about, you're going to be successful. I didn't read his book before I became successful, but I look at all the things that I did to become successful and what he talks about in his books. I've been doing those things. So getting to the point where you understand, what is successful and what is not, for many is something that's very valuable. And that's what we're going to kind of focus on a little bit more. So any questions on any of that so far? We're going to go a little bit deeper with it. I'm going to share a couple more in this video. So back to the dashboard, back to the books. And here's the pro code. This is the book, Resource Center. So in this center, there's, as you guys can see, there's all these different things where you download, be a networker, not just a network marketer. We're going to listen to how people get it wrong. Pro code 4, be the messenger, not the message. So a lot of these are just downloads, not just, but they are downloads. And there's also, he has courses. So that's another thing that you can tap into in the site. Let's go into chapter 2.
In chapter 2 of Pro Code, we talk about how people often get things wrong when it comes to network marketing. And because they do so, there's a resulting churn. There's a revolving door. People come in one door, out the other very, very quickly. People come in very passive, very kind of expectations are out of control. And as a result, we end up with some numbers that are very unique. Now, I want to say up front, these numbers are a result of the fact that we make it so easy for people to get involved. It's a low price of entry, doesn't cost very much, lots of support available. People can give it a try for the cost of taking their family to dinner many times, okay? So as a result, the numbers are quite interesting. And if you take a look at big data inside of network marketing, take a look at a huge group of people, a million people involved in network marketing in various companies around the world, you're going to see some interesting statistics. And these are general statistics. They're not exact, but they'll give you a pretty good idea as to what happens inside of our business. All right. So I want to show it to you. So inside of our business, at any moment in time, approximately 70% of all participants will have recruited 0 other distributors. 0 people. They might have signed a customer. They might have sold a product, but they have signed 0 people who have an intention of building their own network marketing business. 70%. So you take 100,000 people, 70,000 people. Take 1 million people, 700,000 people. Take a snapshot at any moment in time, 0, 70%. Wow, big number. 20% have recruited between 1 and 2. Not a month, not a year, ever. Between 1 and 2, 20%. 5% have recruited between 3 and 5. Kind of casual, right? Little business, make a few dollars here. Approximately 3% have recruited between 6 and 9. And that leaves about 2% of all distributors who have recruited 10 or more. So what I talk about in ProCode is this idea of, can you build a business that lasts, that you can count on, that will stand the test of time? If lifetime you recruited less than 10 people, probably not. So what does that mean?
So that when we talk about, you're going to, present this to a lot of people, you'll have some people that will use the product for, a certain period of time. And he's going to talk about this a little bit further on. They're kind of like tourists. Now, tourists are great. We love tourists. They come in, they try the product, and then they move on, right? It's kind of like when you go to Disney World or Las Vegas or on whatever vacation you go on. You're a tourist for a while. You buy some meals, you stay at a hotel, you ride the rides, and then you go back home. So you're a tourist. Now, as you see here, there's very few people that actually, get involved, and they may be a tourist for a long time, and they may never get anyone, 70%. So that's across network marketing. And it seems to be pretty significantly the same in LifeWave. So if you look at, Jen and I were looking at the numbers today. We almost have 10,100 people in our whole group that happened over a 4-year period. Now, how many people came in and then left during that time frame? So we may be looking at, somewhere around close to 100,000 people that have actually, maybe tried the product and then moved on. Were involved for a little bit, but moved on. So that's going to be consistent. So I know a lot of you are like, well, I got my brother, my mother, whatever, involved, and no one else wants to get involved, right? So I know that's typical for network marketing. People don't really present it to, more and more and more and more people. They just do a few people. They get disillusioned that it's not easier because it's such a great product. Why don't people use it? They get great results. I give them the patch. They get incredible results, but then they're like, oh yeah, maybe it worked or not. But it's frustrating, of course. But do you stop? Most people do, as you guys see. So it's very important to stay consistent. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit to get the momentum and keep the momentum. And he's going to talk about an airplane on a runway. Now, when the pilot gets in, does he, give it like 10% gas to get down the runway? Of course not. When you get in, you need to like really get this thing going, and then it gets some altitude. And then this is what happened with me. Eventually, you get tens of thousands eventually, which is going to happen for me because I'm consistent. I stay with it. So all of you have the same opportunity. Like he said in the beginning, in his first book, GoPro, if you come in and you stay consistent, you will achieve, because it's open to everybody. It's not for the elite. It's not for the super poor. It's not just for the whites. It's not just for the blacks. It's for anyone that does the work, right?
Means that approximately 98% of all participants are what I would call tourists. Tourists. You know, they're going to be here for a while. We love our tourists. We love the fact that they enjoy our products. We love the fact that they spread the word and they tell some other people about what it is that we have. Some of those people find a long-term home. But we're not going to be upset if they go home at some point. I live in
Yes, we have a tourist. I have a tourist, or someone in another group has a tourist that brought someone in that got excited and that has brought other people in, and they have a massive leg. So you don't discount your tourist. A lot of people in the beginning were like, if you don't come in, you don't become a brand partner, I don't really want to, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Now we're seeing that with the new compensation plan, you need to be having lots of people. You need to have everybody. You need to have tourists that are retail. You need to have tourists that are, preferred customers, preferred customer plus. And then there's some that are going to be tourists that are in the brand, that are brand partners. So if you focus on just one of those aspects, you're not going to be successful in this business. You have to constantly share with everyone and invite everyone in.
Las Vegas. People come to Las Vegas, and Vegas loves its tourists. But we know after they go see a show and after they go have a nice dinner, after they spend some money, they're probably going to go home. They're not going to stay here. They're not going to move to Vegas. Get it. Understand. So these people are not bad because they tried it out, tried network marketing out, but they're not the foundation of our business. The foundation is this 2%. This 2% is really the engine, the beginning of what it's going to take in order to be able to grow a business. These people average 27 recruits. Average. They recruit about 70% of all recruits in a particular organization. Wow. Pretty interesting number. Now, you might want to compare this with other professions. Is this true? Same thing true, where 2% of the real estate agents bring in the bulk of sales or insurance or any sales environment, any entrepreneurial environment where there's a few that do a lot, there's a lot that do a little. There's people who come and go. And why do people come and go so much in this group? Because it's only a few $100. Whatever the price is for your company to get involved, it's very low in comparison to a traditional small business, right? So because of all those factors, people come and go. And don't get discouraged about that fact. You're going to bring in people, and would it be nice to grow this 2% to 3% or 4% or 5%? Sure. Can you impact that? Yes, you can. But here's what I want you to think about. Pay very close attention to the number of people on your team, the percentage of people that are getting 10 or more. And find people who are ambitious and willing and hungry, coachable in this group that want to get 10, and spend your time with this group that are intending to make this 10 happen. Okay? So understanding the numbers just really helps a lot of things. This is something that you can control. This is something that you can measure. And this is something that you can improve. Okay? So I hope that brought you a little extra value, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
All right. So it's like, it was still up for me. I was like, did I click off, not stop sharing? So that is consistent through everything. I remember when I was in the SEAL teams, I started the first hand-to-hand program. So I was like, I wasn't a 2%er. I was like the 1%er, of the 1%. So, I've been consistent, as far as like, recognizing things that would be very valuable for my group, my team, my family, like all of you. So I stay consistent with it. I spread it, I share it. Uh, some people were like, why do I need to learn this hand-to-hand bullshit when I got my gun? I was like, where's your gun right now? And we'd be sitting in the team room, and I was like, I'll crush your throat, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, you have to, get people to get, and sometimes I say stuff maybe like a little shocking, but I do that on purpose, so that you guys are like, snappy, get snappy, right? So, and I did that with my groups. It is maybe some people will shy away from that, but some people I think will appreciate it. Uh, that's why I do it. Right. So uh, I see Robert laughing, he's liking it. So now some of us will will respond to some of this, and some of us, are still in the tourist. And I know a lot of you guys have been with us for a long time, and that's perfect. That's fine. You're still using a product. You're still getting great results. You share occasionally. Some people get involved. They're tourists, and then they move on. It's just consistent share. The more you share, the more you're going to get results. Pure and simple, right? So you have to get to the point where you find people to share with. And that is one thing that we've shared on this site for quite a bit. You probably have a phone list that is like massive. All of us do, I think, at this point in time. You have a gym you go to, you see people at the gym, you can see people, you're a regular at certain places, you're connecting, you're with groups, so there's lots of different opportunities to share. Uh, and sometimes people will look at you and like, weren't you like limping for years and you're no longer limping? So that's going to, really attract some attention. Or, you look a lot younger. What are you doing? What kind of cosmetics are you using now? Or, whatever. And you say, well, I've been on LifeWave patches for, the last year and a half or so. And it seems to, really get some great results. And they're like, whoa. And then you continue the conversation. So that's happens for a lot of you. Now you guys know that I'm a big social media guy, and I recommend you share on social media. It's very easy if you don't have a social media site to get one or get multiple social media sites. I have multiple social media sites. It gives me more opportunity to get in front of more people. So as you share information, now you may be an expert in your field, like we have Dr. Annabelle, expert, in her field, doctor, and she's also, a network marketer. And just like Eric Worre was talking about, eventually, ideally, we get to the point where we get more people like that, talking that. Like Lynn, she has her profession and she's a network marketer. Roxanne has a profession on the side and she's a network marketer. Jen, all of us, all of us. So I'm still doing my network marketing along with, being a truther, sharing with, millions of people every month, millions. So they get to see this, and some of you maybe over time are like, that sounds interesting. I'm going to get involved with that and see what that's about. So that's what you're going to do over time. Now, let's do another video where he goes into detail about the energy. So the energy initially is very important to building a network marketing business. So the energy you put into it in the beginning can really lift you off like an airplane, like he talks about in this next video. So let's jump over there and share the next one.
Chapter 13, we talk about success loves speed, velocity, momentum, acceleration. All these things are important, right? The rabbit and the turtle, which one do you want to be? You know, and I think in the children's story, the assumption is that the rabbit gets distracted. And because the rabbit gets distracted, then the turtle wins. Here's what I'm here to tell you. Be the rabbit that doesn't get distracted. And if you want to get off the ground, if you want to get lift off.
So that's definitely me, the rabbit that doesn't get distracted. Because I've heard how once I set my mind to something, I super focus on it and I stay focused on it until I've met a goal. And then oftentimes when I've reached the impossible level, I set another impossible level. So that's constantly what I've been doing for my whole life. So don't be the turtle, be the rabbit.
You need to give a burst of energy. It's going to get you much better results than slow and steady wins the race. A lot of people, we're in love with our phrases inside of network marketing. Slow and steady wins the race. You just can't beat a person who doesn't quit. Yes, you can. There's people who don't quit that are frustrated forever, that are not earning anywhere near their potential. They can't, they're not getting off the ground and they don't know why. I want to explain to you why. Okay? So let's check it out. If you take a runway, this is a runway at your airport. And on the runway, we've got an airplane. Okay? That's my art for an airplane. And let's say you are a part-time pilot and you only want to fly 500 miles. Okay? And because you're a part-time pilot, you're not full-time, and you only have to go a short distance, you think it's reasonable to get into the airplane and say, all right, I'm going to give it 10% throttle. Now, what happens if you give it 10%? Give it 10%. Will you get movement? Yes. The airplane will start moving. And you're like, hey, progress. I signed a new customer. Hey, progress. I recruited a person. Hey, I got things going. Ah, awesome. Exciting. Are you ever going to get off the ground with 10%? Never. What if you have a great attitude? Never. What if you love your kids? Never. You're not getting off the ground. Why? Physics. You cannot get off the ground at 10%. So some people in network marketing, they're like, wow, this doesn't seem fair. I'm only part-time. What do you expect from me? I only have 10 hours a week. How can I get off the ground? All I can give you is 10% of my time and attention. Right? Give it 10%, don't get off the ground, and then you start blaming the airplane. It's the airplane's fault, not the airplane's fault. It's not the airport's fault. It's not the runway's fault. It's not the gas. The gas is not at fault. The velocity is a problem. So you, at some point, you get frustrated and say, I'm going to give it 20% now. Forget this 10% stuff. Everybody else is doing 10%. I'm going to give it 20%. Well, you're going to move down the runway faster. There's a fence at the end. What's going to happen? You're going to get to the fence faster. Sell a few more products, sign up a few more people. Do you ever get momentum? Do you ever get off the ground? Do you ever really get things moving? Do you ever really build a business? No. Why? You're not giving it enough throttle. So you can go 30%, 40%, 50%. Until at some point you say, enough, I've had it. I know I'm only flying 500 miles and I know I'm a part-time pilot, but to get off the ground, I'm going to give it 100%. In the time that I have, I'm going to give it 100%. For a season, I'm going to give it 100%. For 90 days, I'm going to give it 100%. Whatever. And with that 100%, you get off the ground. Congratulations. Now, do you have to keep it at 100%? You're part-time as a pilot. No, you don't have to keep it at 100%. You can pull back and you can level off. At whatever level you decide, you can level off, put it on cruise control. Still need to be a pilot, still need to be paying attention, but you can kind of put it on cruise control and you can kick back a little bit, add an altitude. Let's say this altitude's $500 a month or $1,000 a month. Can you kick back and kind of maintain that with reasonable part-time effort? You actually can inside of network marketing. You want to go to the next level? It's not going to do it automatic. You got to give it another burst. And then you can level off again. And there's level after level after level after level here inside of our business. What I want you to understand, a couple things. People get in here and they think that the laws of aerodynamics don't apply to their network marketing business. So slow and steady wins the race. Can't beat a person who doesn't quit. If I just keep moving forward, eventually I'll get off the ground. No, you won't. You've got to give it a burst of energy. Ask the top leaders. They gave it a burst of energy at some point in order to be able to get to an altitude. The other thing that is required, not just the energy, focus. Like, what do I mean by focus? Well, what if you're sitting here as a pilot and you're moving down the runway? Is now a time for you to watch a movie? No, you're taking off. Is now a time to go to the bathroom? No. Is now a time to go have lunch? No. Talk to others? No. You need to focus. So it's not just energy, it's also focus for a period of time. Once you've leveled off, have your cup of coffee. Once you're leveled off, go have your meal. Once you've leveled off, go talk to the other passengers. But not when you're taking off. That's when you need to focus. So energy, velocity, momentum to get off the ground and focus, both are required. Okay? Once I understood this, I stopped blaming my lack of results on external things. I started taking responsibility and upping my intensity and my focus in order to get better results. You can do the same.
All right. So going back to the resource center, be a networker, not just a network marketer. Be the messenger, not the message. All business is conversation. So it's just a conversation that you're having. It makes it easy. Questions and objections are your friends. Fortune is the follow-up. Quality is king. Success loves speed, like we just saw. Selling, recruiting, retention, duplication, leadership development, and make the decision. So as you guys can see, this is going to be jam-packed, the pro code. So again, if you have not done the Go Pro, so to go pro, listen to this book or read the book, or both or whatever. To go pro will lead you to the pro code, right? So it's I recommend, if you have not done the Go Pro yet, you get that book and read that book. It's development. That this is one of the great things about network marketing that I learned, throughout time being in different network marketing groups. You have lots of educational resources you have access to. So there's not really any of them that they have in LifeWave. It's just our groups that recommend different books. And this is the one that I would recommend, that Connie recommends. So get that if you haven't read it or listened to it. Listen to it. I've listened to it several times. Probably listen to it again as I'm waiting for my GoPro book to come in. Now, let me go back to this dashboard once again, because it basically has courses. So these courses, once you sign up for this book and you get this information, then it has subscriptions to 7 skills to becoming a network marketing, and unstoppable recruiting machine, the power, that's me, the power of radical duplication for maximum growth, that's me, proven strategies for network marketing success, that's me, your mindset and building your belief in network marketing. So as you guys know, we've done a lot on mindset and building your belief. That's your foundation. and we've focused on that quite a bit. So lots of great stuff, lots of good stuff that you guys are going to be able to start to access once you read, the GoPro, and then the Pro code will come soon. So any questions on any of that so far? Lynn? Jen? I thought you were working on it.
Okay.
I was responding to someone who was asking about, I'll just say it, Michael, Pro Code is not out yet. You can't buy it. So I was typing that. It will be out eventually, and Michael got an early pre-copy from a friend. That's why he has it, but we can't. Okay. Go for it, Lynn.
Okay, great. Yes, I have an early pre-copy from a friend also, and it is amazing. So, okay. But what I wanted to share from based upon tonight were two things. You'd mentioned, Michael, earlier to jump in and really get going. And I wanted to share my first tip to those who are truly trying to build a business, because that's what we're talking about tonight. And I want to share based upon my mistake. My day job is an international human resource consultant. I am the expert. People expect me to be the expert. They pay me to be the expert. With LifeWave, we do not need to be the expert at all. And we have such a simple entry path. We have like 30 minutes worth of videos to watch, and then you're ready to jump in. It's a learn as you learn program. And your point, Michael, jump in and really get going. So to learn from my mistake, I had a difficult time with that because I thought I need to learn, how does this work and what does it do and how do I explain it? And I got lost in the ocean. Our team, our upline calls it the ocean of LifeWave information. I got lost. And I just recommend that people, so with my team, they're thoroughbreds, and I put the horse blinders on them so that they don't get lost in the sea of information, and they just stick with me and let me guide and direct them. So that way they're actually producing income quickly, as opposed to losing time and momentum. And then the second point, and then I'll be finished for tonight, but I agree with what he's saying, because it's such an easy access to get into LifeWave. People, I think, presume it's going to be easy, but you really do need to work. And it does take reaching out to people, and some people will say no, and some will say yes. And so it's very easy access, but we need to work it like you do. I mean, you're the perfect example, and I work hard at this too. And that's a big part of our success also. So that's my share.
Very good. And you started out very early on. You got inspired.
Yes.
God inspired you. That's like, you can't get any better than that.
That's right.
And you started, okay, I'm going to share this, and then you started with a group that has 1 million followers or subscribers, whatever.
Yes.
But that it didn't drop in your lap. It came because you got involved. You started to do that. You got in the plane and you went, wow.
I did. That's who I am, Michael. I got it.
I'm that way too. Now, not everybody is, but
Yeah.
you have to get that, like you talked about, you have to get that plane off the ground, and, sitting around trying to figure out, how you're going to do that is not doing it. So
That's right. You have to do the thing. You have to do the thing,
Very good.
Yeah, which is
Doing
what
the
we
thing
teach.
will bring you the thing
That's right.
of your dreams. And that dream, I hope for, so we've talked many times about, you have to find your why, and your why has to be strong. And my why comes all the way back from when I was a little boy. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just strong.
Beautiful.
So yeah. And so here we are. I'm at my why point, and for the last 4 years, I've been consistently. He talks about that consistency.
Yes.
Consistency is extremely important. I never gave up on it. I was just told, just share it, and I was like,
Yeah.
really? That's all I got to do?
Yeah.
All right. I'll try it. Why not? And then it went woo.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, that's more than I can handle. Well, we have someone that can help you. Her name is Jennifer. She signed you up. I was like, really? So Jennifer started helping me. Roxanne helps me. But, wouldn't you like to have the need for help, guys, with a business that's growing that fast? And that's that big? Yeah, I think so. All right, Michelle.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So getting back to Eric Worre, last year he had some kind of special that was a free get into the event. And it was like 3 days, I think. I'm not really sure, but I did it. And then I was on his mailing list. You had to say they ask where you're from. It said LifeWave. You clicked that. You got on the list. And so, I've always been getting the emails. And then this email came for about 2 weeks ago or so, an event, and it said that it was going to have at the end Les Brown, which connect to Robin and Gregory, who he wrote the song for.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'm going to sign up. It turned out to be on a weekend, on a Saturday, all day, but you had to stay with it in order to hear Les Brown at the end. So I watched it, and then I watched it Sunday, and I actually did keep it and transcribed it, which I have it. So that was an amazing freebie, only from just being on a mailing list to get to that point, which he talked about all the points with the book. And then the following week, I received excerpts from the book. So the point is, maybe the book's not out yet and you have to be on a, wait, like you're saying. There's ways to get in to certain things without even paying that $3,000 membership to be in that particular program. You just have to follow Yellow Brick Road.
That's it. Stay involved. Stay focused. And you've done a really great job of that. So yeah,
it's definitely been. It could be a book itself. That's how amazing it's been these last couple of months.
Maybe it will.
It will. It will. I'm determined. And one more great thing that's happened is that I myself, and this has taken a long time, being a member of Fashion Institute of Technology, the alumni, I had presented my resume as an old person member with LifeWave. And what had happened is that I'm now, because I am a member of 53 years of FIT, on the committee for enhancing FIT with more events for younger people. So I'm excited.
Very good. All right.
Yeah.
Well, great share. Thanks, Diane.
I want to give a shout out to my teammate, Lisa Langdon, who has exemplified everything that Eric Worre just taught on. She has put the pedal to the metal, and she has gained altitude and momentum. She has got some solid leads with people that she meets and works with in her day-to-day life, and she has been killing it on Facebook with her posts. She has several people reaching out to her for more information on both the patches and the water machine. She is doing a fantastic job, and I'm really, really proud of her.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Thanks for bringing attention to her. Appreciate that. Dr. Kathy.
Unmute. Oh, here. Can you hear me? I don't know where my video is.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I've been listening to all the good stuff people have been talking about. Okay. So, I was just thinking, Michelle talked about that event that Eric Worre had, and it was, I think, last year. And I think we had the opportunity to order that book. Now, my understanding was going to be available in March, and I got an email, and I guess it hasn't come out yet, so it's on its way. So I don't know if anyone did order that book at that time. Okay. But yeah, I think that's the book we're talking about. And then just thinking about the water machine in general, you know what? Everyone should focus on X39. Okay, I think that's the bread and butter of LifeWave. And the gravy would be the X20, if you think of it like that. If you follow and continue to go ahead and promote X39 and the patch technology, you will eventually get to that water machine.
Yeah.
So, don't get so hung up if you're not moving one. That's not the point. The point is that you will get there. And I think about it in that way. So it's bread and butter, the patches, and the gravy is the water machine.
Absolutely right. And, for us that have been doing that for years now, we have a large clientele, and that clientele is being exposed to the information of X20. Some of them are reaching out and, taking advantage of that great opportunity. And some are still in the process. I say process because maybe they're not financially in the right spot, or maybe they need more information. Maybe they need more of our, Miracle Mondays, where we see more and more people having incredible success with it. So, it is a process. So you're absolutely right. That shouldn't be your focus. Your focus should be, to get that good foundation, because with the X39 and with the Cellergize and the X20 machine, you have a great combination.
Yeah.
Just one of those alone is great, but those together are fantastic. So that's ideally what we want to do. So yeah, absolutely right. So maybe somebody comes in just for the water machine, and you're like, well, you got the water machine, but you don't have the complete package yet. No, the complete package is the X39 and the
Absolutely.
So, enjoy that water machine, but take it to the next level with the X39, X40, and the X49, but the Cellergize. But I think that the success that many of us are experiencing with LifeWave is because we're just genuine with people. We want to help people. We want to have people have the success that we have had. We talk about our success. We talk about other people's successes, and that really is word of mouth is one of the strongest ways to convince somebody to just you look at on all the commercials for movies and so forth, or restaurants, and but one of your friends goes there and said, "Oh my God, it's like fantastic." You're like, "Well, I'm going now." So that's what we we as users of this fantastic technology are great, presenters, great, getting people involved with it. And the X39 is, it's a foundation, and it'll be consistent. A lot of people that, came in and started with the X39, after years, they're using all the patches now. So it makes a difference. Great point. And you're consistent with that. And I love that you always make sure you bring that up. So thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're at the end of the show. Great information. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Get that GoPro book if you haven't gotten it yet. It's also an Audible, so you can listen to it while you drive, while you work out, or whatever, however it works for you, cleaning around the house, whatever you're doing. It's a great way to, get the foundational points that are going to build your success going forward. And maybe, it's taking you a little while to get the LifeWave success, but you'll start to apply it to all the aspects of life, and you'll see that it works for everything. And that's the beauty of, a lot of these different stuff that we've been presenting, like the quantum, stuff that we've been talking about for a couple shows now. That quantum mentality is definitely, going to transform you. All right. Lots of love. Stay in the love vibration, and we'll see you guys next time.